And now I have the honor and privilege to talk about another wonderful woman that's right here in the city of Kankakee. Miss Ann Lax is a native Georgian. She holds a bachelor's degree in accounting from Morris Brown College and an associate's degree in mortuary science. In 2015, she joined her husband Arthur in becoming a licensed funeral director and embalmer. She and her husband Arthur are the owners of Lax Mortuary on Greenwood here in Kankakee. She is a past member of the advisory board for the Salvation Army and the Kankakee County Center for Sexual Assault. She is a member of the Morning Star Missionary Baptist Church. How many Morning Star members do we have here? All right, welcome, welcome. And she's also an Alpha Kappa Alpha. She's also an AKA. She and her husband are the proud parents of 3, Heather, Sarah, and Derek. She is definitely a woman on the move and in doing things in the community. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Miss Ann Lax.
When I was a young girl, there was a TV show that debuted called The Ann Southern Show. Ann Southern played the role of an assistant manager of a hotel in New York. This was during an era when TV shows portrayed women in roles where they stayed home and took care of the household while the men went off to work. But here you had a woman in the workplace. I thought at the time that she owned the company. She had this massive office and a huge desk, and I fancied myself being Ann Southern. After all, my name was Ann also. And if any one of you can remember this show, that dates you too. Today is commonplace to see women in the workforce, and many women are owners of their own companies. What do you need to know if you want to start a business? First, decide on the kind of business you want to start. Some ideas for a business stem from a hobby that you are passionate about, or from a need that is void in your community. What qualifications, special skills, or licenses do you have to possess? Do an assessment of the industry. How is this industry trending? Is this industry growing, or is it fading? Is the market already saturated with this kind of business? Who is your targeted market? Talk to others in this field and learn of their experiences, things you hadn't considered. If you are going to start a business, you must invest in the business. If you have an idea for a business and you think it is a good idea, then you have to back this idea with 20% of the amount you wish to borrow. How will you finance the startup of your business? Do you have savings? Do you plan to apply for a loan from the bank? Write a business plan. This provides a valuable blueprint of your business that will help you understand the structure of the industry, gives you insight into your competition, and forecasts how much money you will need to start your business. The SBA, or the Small Business Administration, is an excellent source for information on business startup and has a packet that outlines the components of a business plan. In your business plan, you will compose your executive summary. This summarizes what you are doing, where you are going, and how you plan to get there. The pages that follow details how you plan to execute your plan. You will show the need for your business, contrast what the competition has to offer, and tell how you will penetrate the market. Because you are just starting up, you don't have any financial history, so you will have to make reasonable projections of the revenue and expenses you expect over a 3-year span. If you go through the SBA financing, while they don't actually give you a loan, they guarantee your loan to the bank. It's important that you nail the business plan because not only does it lay out a roadmap for you, it demonstrates to the financer your ability to manage a business. If your business doesn't require the purchase of a building or lots of equipment, you may have savings for your startup capital. What legal business structure will you decide on? Sole proprietorship, partnership, LLC, or corporation? You may want to consult with professionals such as a lawyer, an accountant, in setting up your business structure and looking over contracts and documents. Advertising your business. You will have to let people know you are open for business. You can advertise in the newspaper and church bulletins, have an open house. And today you have the wonderful tool of the internet and Facebook. Provide good customer service. You want repeat customers. They will tell others about you. The best form of advertising is word of mouth and is free. If you don't believe me, ask Patti LaBelle. A young man made a YouTube video about Patti LaBelle's sweet potato pie and posted it on Facebook. It went viral, and Patti LaBelle's sweet potato pies went flying off the shelves. As the proprietor of your business, you will need to be a good manager and stay on top of things. Know the federal, state, and local requirements regarding your business. Any federal and state reports that you have to file, make sure you do so timely. Join associations, network, and read trade publications. Be sure to identify the source of future needs of cash. Establish and maintain a relationship with your banker. After you have established a track record, you may be able to obtain a line of credit. You may be able to borrow from parents. Stay innovative and seek ways to expand your services. If you are going it alone, find a mentor that you can consult on tough decisions. Starting a business requires a heap of faith and continual prayers for God's presence and guidance. Our business started out on faith. When my husband got the idea to open a funeral home, he had to quit his job, go to school, take and pass a national exam, and become licensed. After he wrote his letter of resignation, he said as he drove into work, he rolled the car windows down and placed the letter on the dashboard and said, "Lord, if you don't want me to do this, let this letter blow out the window." After he resigned, and at the stroke of midnight, on the last day of health insurance coverage, our daughter was clearly showing signs of again coming down with an illness that you should only get once. He had just started school and began to question his decision. I had not re-entered the workforce yet from being a stay-at-home mom, so our household was without jobs and health insurance. After taking our daughter to the doctor, it was explained that there was a study being done on treatment for this illness at the Chicago Children's Hospital. And if we chose to have our daughter participate in this study, there would be no hospital cost to us. About 3 to 4 years after resigning from his job, the plant that my husband worked for closed and relocated. There have been many instances where God has shown us that he has not left us nor forsaken us. There will be times when your faith falters. I renew my faith with scriptures. When I am in need of something, I go to Matthew 7:7. Ask, and it will be given you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and the door will be opened to you. In James 4:2, you have not because you ask not. When I have stressed and worried too much over a situation, Isaiah 40:31 picks me up. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. When I am fearful and afraid, those feelings are assuaged with 2 Timothy 1:7. For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. And Psalms 27:1, the Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? When my challenges seem impossible, Jeremiah 32:27 states, behold, I am the Lord, the God of all flesh. Is there anything too hard for me? When my plans don't seem to be working out, there's Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. The ultimate totality of my journey can be summed up with Proverbs 3:5. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not into thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths.